recreating some spring looks, a few new in accessories, what I did this week in New York City, some fabulous finds, and are luxury goods made in China? Are they worth it? Let's talk about it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Kura, and I believe that when you feel good, you look good. So on this channel, I show you how to take fashion and use it as a tool to help you look and feel your best. So we have a lot going on in this video. As usual, we're going to recreate some looks that are vastly different styles, but hopefully with using your debt and using your Fab Five, you will be able to draw some inspiration and make it work for your personal style. So we have talked about polka dots, and if you have been shopping or you have just been perusing on the internet, you have seen that polka dots have made such a comeback. It's interesting because for some folks, polka dots are really a staple in their wardrobe, and for others it comes and goes, right? But polka dots as a whole, as we know, is not new, right? Whether it was Givenchy in 91 or Ralph Lauren in 07, 08, something like that. We know that polka dots have been on and off the runway back and forth for years. So it's not a new trend, but it definitely is trending right now. What I love most about polka dots is that it could truly fit into so many styles in so many ways. I know that there are people that absolutely detest it. You do not have to wear it one single way. I love when people get very creative and wear it with colors and layer it. I love when people do two different patterns of a big polka dot and a small polka dot. Again, obviously, it's not everyone's style, but I love the texture, I love the layering, and I love the visual interest that color and playing with patterns of the polka dots really give an outfit. One person, in my opinion, who does such a good job of playing with polka dots is Blair from Atlantic Pacific. I've talked about her very often. She does such a good job playing with color. She also does a phenomenal job playing with patterns. So if you see here, she used green as polka dots. She used the classic black and white, and then the baby pink and the fuchsia. It's just, she does such a great job of playing with color, and specifically polka dots, since we're talking about polka dot. Expressive and interesting, and really took, in my opinion, polka dots to the next level. Everyone has their own type of spin on it, but these three ladies are absolutely fabulous and perhaps the easiest to recreate because it's a very simple style formula. Now take all of these with a grain of salt, as some of them are a bit dated, they might be a little old, but what we're doing right now is taking the elements of each outfit and updating it if that's what you need to do, unless you like it just the way it's styled. Everyone has different styles, but if you want something a little more modern, you can take these details and make it very 2025. So the pink polka dot skirt paired with the black and white polka dot top is very fun, right? It's not so much of what we're seeing now, but it's different. I have really been talking about bringing color a little bit more back into fashion. But if you are tired of the quiet luxury and the neutrals, I love neutrals. If you're not new here, you know that. But if you are tired of it, please feel free to not follow the trends and bring color in. If you saw my last video, I had on a beautiful red suit simply because I'm craving a little more color. But anyway, this outfit is very recreatable in that black and white goes with everything. And if the polka dot on polka dot is too much for you, you can use a pink skirt with no polka dots, just plain flat, right? Or whatever color you want, and then do a polka dot top. Maybe smaller polka dots if the big ones are too much. There's so many options here. It's interesting because I don't know what purse she has on, but I feel like a polka dot purse would be overkill. So maybe a nice clutch or top handle bag, whatever bag you like in a solid color would do just the trick. And then a lot of times when you think of polka dots, black and white polka dots, you think of red. It's very much like leopard. When you think of leopard, you think to pair it with red. The same type of thing goes with polka dots. I know a lot of you really prefer to match your shoes in your bag. I feel like this is a good way to do it, as it's not so simple because of the pattern in the polka dots, right? Because of the polka dots. And then this one is quite modern, very on trend, where it's very quiet, it's demure, right? It's just black and white, a little clutch. She's on vacation, she's going to dinner on vacation, and it's just an easy look to create. Very quiet, very demure, very classic. So with all these polka dot options out there, you know I have got you covered, and I found some great things for you to look at. So if you don't like polka dots because you feel like they are just too cutesy and too sweet, and you're more of a cool girl, wearing these sheer and see-through and fringe skirts really kind of scream, in my opinion, cool girl, right? And there are so many ways to wear this type of skirt. And they truly run the gambit from like a fishnet material to a sheer material to tassels. And if you are interested in something like this, there are so many ways to style this to fit your personal style. It doesn't have to be one way. I find it very interesting when someone styles something differently than perhaps you would have. Some folks feel like they have to tell you that they wouldn't have styled it that way, and that's fine. My point here is that everyone has personal style, and the way I style it or the way you style it might not be the same. My point is, there are so many ways to style this type of skirt, but these three ladies in particular stood out to me. Tracee Ellis Ross is one of those people who just don't miss. Right? Everything she puts on is cool. She just does it. And though I don't know if I'm brave enough to wear this, I feel like she looks absolutely amazing, absolutely stunning. I think it's really chic that it's in all black with a pop of red on her lip. Actually, I take that back. It's not all black because she chose to go with a neutral pop in her shoes, right? I actually love the contrast between the black and the shoes and the pop of red. I don't know. I'm always looking for layered outfits, and I really feel like she nailed it, but she always nails it. This is very interesting to me in that it looks like the skirt was supposed to be a part of another skirt, right? It looks like the tulle that goes under a big skirt to make it puffy, but instead of using it that way, she paired it with an oversized blazer. Again, neutrals, just a little bit of gold and a pop of red. If you like the idea of this, but the blazer is too big or the skirt is too sheer, obviously you could change it up, make it work for you. And then the blue and pink I thought were just really cute, right? The other two ladies were going all neutrals, but she went for a full blue look besides the bag, which we'll get to in a second. The glasses, the sweater, everything is blue. In my opinion, makes it really soft and easy on the eyes. but decided to go with a pop of pink. Pink and blue, you know, if you've been watching me for a while, absolutely go together, as red and blue go together. And we know that pink is a tint of red, right? It brings the color, it brings a trend, and I really think she looks amazing. So obviously I have options. Like I said before, you can take whatever you want. If you don't like the sheer, you can make it a different type of skirt. If you rather have a sheer top than a sheer bottom. There's so many ways to use your det and reinterpret an outfit. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. So if there's one thing that I absolutely love is an accessory. Whether it's a shoe, a bag, a jewelry piece, I love it all. I'm a huge accessory person. And recently I was sent a beautiful necklace and a pretty cute bag. Japan is the home of some of the most beautiful pearls in the world. And since visiting in March, I've been obsessed with finding a unique set of Japanese pearls. So when Biwako reached out to me, I was thrilled. What's so unique about these pearls is the beautiful addition of the red lacquered bead. As a nod to their beliefs, each one of their modern heirloom jewelry designs has a red lacquered bead. These were once only worn by royals and symbolize Japanese deeply rooted philosophy of making items that stand the test of time. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been looking for quality pieces, and this fits the bill. I absolutely adore the addition of the bead, not only because it's beautiful, but because it holds meaning in upholding traditions, which is one of the things I admire most about Japanese culture. This necklace can be worn on its own, but also layering it with other necklaces, if you're maximalist, can be a bold statement. Because Biwako values personal style, they also have so many styles to choose from. There's definitely something there for everybody. I will leave all the information in the description box. So if you've been watching my latest spring videos, you know that I have been looking for a white spring leather bag. So when Teddy Blake said that they will send me a beautiful white leather bag, again, I was ecstatic. I have this bag in a beautiful fuchsia color, and if you've been following me for a while, you know and you've seen that, and I will put that in the description box. But because it was summer and spring, I wanted a fresh, new, beautiful white bag. And let me tell you guys, this bag is of excellent quality. The leather, as soon as I opened the box, I could smell. This is the Ava 11 in white. Now, there's tons of space on the inside. It's not too oversized, but it fits absolutely everything that I need. I chose to get white, but they have so many different colors and sizes. They have a size smaller than this, and I believe a size bigger than this. This is not only their only style. If you are familiar with Teddy Blake, you know they have tons of styles. I just love a top handle. I'm a top handle kind of girl. So again, go check them out. I will put all the information in the description box. And if you need a white bag, this is the place to look. If you watched the last video, you know that not only did I get lost in Central Park, I wasn't able to complete it because that week was just crazy. And then you guys ended up getting sick. I just couldn't complete the vlog. However, I did go to a YouTube event. I did go to a brand new exhibit, and I'm just excited to show you. So this is what I did this week in New York City. Hey girl, hey. So yeah, COVID got me. It got me again. This is not my first time having COVID, unfortunately, but it's something that is still floating around, I guess. I was definitely sick, and I even still kind of look kind of sick. This is why I am not on camera right now. But yeah, it was terrible. My throat hurt. I was cold. I was hot. I was cold. But I do want to catch you up on a few things and not go another week without having a video. So if you watched last week's video, you know that I went to a YouTube event and I wanted to show you what else happened there. Now I'm on my way to a YouTube event. It is very early. We have to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I'm going to take you guys along. You guys are not going to believe this, but Jasmine beat me here again. I'm not late. I'm not late, but she did beat me here. There's something in the air. It might be the springtime. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me show you what I'm wearing. You've seen this before. It's just the red suits that I showed you before, and my Chanel necklace, and this Etsy bag. You've seen them a lot. And kitten heels. It's really comfortable, because I wanted to be comfortable. And yeah, Danielle just walked in. I'm gonna go get some breakfast and see what we can get into. Can you believe she got here before me again? Something ain't right.
I've been on
Something
time,
right.
ladies.
It's crazy.
Why are we late shaming people?
Because she was the latest. It's all about God's timing. Guys, I'm fangirling right now. Hold on a second. Are you kidding me?
And I watch her all the time. All the time.
Beautiful. Oh. We are in the second row.
That's nice. I can turn this on.
Yes, it's awesome. You just boo, just boom. We are in the second row. And I was never that student that was trying to be that close to the teacher.
I did because I wanted to learn.
Very studious Jasmine was.
Because I knew if I was in the back, I'll fall asleep.
But that's what I was trying to do, fall asleep. So we just finished the panel and we came out here to eat, and it is so great to meet all the ladies that I watch, and probably you watch it too. I just met Ashley. I have to get her because I love her. I've been watching her forever. I showed you Angela. Angela is beautiful on screen, but you guys, in real life, this woman is stunning. Absolutely stunning. So my microphone failed me here. I met Ashley, and guys, first of all, she's so bright and smiley and beautiful and welcoming, and I'm totally upset that my microphone went out here. But if you don't follow her, you absolutely should. I'm sure you do already because I've been following her for so long. I will put her information in the description box, but she's fabulous. And then just watching the girls vlog, which is always funny to me. These two are my favorites. You guys know Danielle, Jasmine, and Stylish Curves. Oh, just beautiful ladies. Such a great, great time. Spending time with Danielle and Jasmine is always so insightful. You know, Danielle's been doing this for many years, so anything she has to say, I listen to. And Jasmine has just been killing it, so she's doing absolutely something right. They didn't really feed us that well at the YouTube thing, and Danielle's hungry, as always. So we came to Restoration Hardware to get some food. It was a good event. They just didn't have enough food, or food that we liked. I have actually been dying to get to the Whitney, and I was finally able to go. There were some new exhibits that I wanted to see, and if you're not new here, I love a good museum day. And of course, I want to show you because a good time was had. So one of the things I wanted to see at the Whitney was the Christine Sun Kim exhibition. It was amazing. She refers to herself as an American sound artist, performer, and activist, actually based in Berlin, even though I think she is Korean American from California. This was so interesting to me. The New York Times called it "An artist expands the landscape of sound." I actually have two deaf cousins, one on each side of the family, and I have to say that this exhibition was eye-opening. Things that hearing people say to deaf folks is crazy. It's just out of this world. And the way that she portrayed her art in a way that was visual when it was supposed to be sound, it's just absolutely fantastic. You have to go see it. Coming on this little rooftop is always so nice. There's so many people out. You can tell that people are ready for the summer to begin. But if you do come to the Whitney, come outside, get a drink, sit down. I am so happy that it is finally spring and summer. And apparently on this floor, there's a dance party. My favorite things about being at the museum is listening to people's conversation, people dissecting the art, people learning about art, people trying to make connections and trying to figure out what is happening in the art. They're pointing out colors, they're pointing out techniques, they're reading up on the actual artists themselves, and it's just a big school that I absolutely love going to and indulging and learning more every single time. So I came here and I'm so excited to see what we can see. This is the main event for me. So the first thing I noticed was how bright the backgrounds were, bright, vivid colors. The second thing that I noticed was that all of her subjects were black, but none of the skin was painted any shade of brown. And I wondered what that was about. I later found out while I was in this exhibit that she purposely made the skin a grayish color because she didn't want her art to be put into a box. She realized that painting Black folks or painting Black people somehow ends up being political, and she wasn't trying to be political. She just wanted to paint and wanted the art to say for itself. Now, though she did paint notable Black figures like Breonna Taylor and Michelle Obama, Cheryl wanted to be seen as an artist, not just a Black artist. So I thought that was very interesting because painting Black folks shouldn't be political. It's just painting what you see or what's in your surroundings. So that was an interesting but also quite an exhausting reality that I had to deal with. So there's actually so much more I could have put in this vlog, but I'm tired, you guys. There's another exhibit I went to. I went to a meta event that will be probably in the next vlog, but I had to come on here. I didn't want to waste another week. And thank you for all your well wishes on my post. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week. Fairly recently, there has been a lot of talk about luxury goods being made in China. There's also been a lot of talk about whether buying a counterfeit goods is acceptable because they're all made in the same factory, apparently. I have thoughts, and they might be a bit different than what you are thinking. So are luxury goods still worth it? So I know I'm a bit late to this conversation. It was floating around TikTok probably last month, but I still wanted to put my 2 cents in just because I want to see where you guys' heads are, and just because it's the internet and I want to. So, are luxury goods made in China? The answer is yes and no. Let's start with the yes. So if you're not new here, you know I went to FIT, I went to fashion school, and this information is actually not new to me. If you are in the industry, particularly manufacturing, or if you have your own store or anything, you know that a lot of luxury goods are in fact, or at least a part of them, are in fact made in China. The first time I dealt with this or I heard about this, I did a report for my class about Burberry and China and how people were quite upset that Burberry was supposed to be this intrinsically English brand, and they were outsourcing some of their goods to China. So like I said, this information is not new, though I realize for those of you that didn't go to fashion school or not in the industry, you wouldn't have this information. So this totally makes sense. When I did find out about some of Burberry being made in China, I was shocked. But why was I shocked? Why was that a bad thing? I had to do some internal work and kind of dissect some things. For example, iPhones are made in China and we consider those good quality. Some of the restoration hardware furniture is made in China and we consider that good quality, some of us. Some brands like Black & Decker and Nike, and even some of our American flags, not a lot, but a good portion, are made in, you guessed it, China. So what about luxury accessories and clothing makes it mandatory to be made in Europe to maintain its luxury status? While it is no secret that places like Milan and Paris have had a long-standing reputation for craftsmanship and beautiful luxury, what makes that reputation so sacred? Do these places have a monopoly on luxury? You know what? Perhaps. Maybe they do. But did you know that Italian leather is sourced from various places, and one of those places is Nigeria? Italian leather primarily refers to the leather that is tanned and processed in Italy. A lot of the times they get the actual leather from different places, and like I said, Nigeria is one of those places. Does the use of Nigerian leather in Italian brands make the luxury less luxurious? And in that same breath, something being made in China make it less luxurious? Now, I am not denying, and it's no secret that China dominates counterfeits, right? They are probably the leading place to get counterfeit goods from. And I do think that's another conversation to be had. But ask yourself why we automatically connect quality goods to Europe, but poor quality things to places like China and Nigeria. I say China because I don't know exactly where in China it would be, right? In fact, China has been producing good quality for us for many years. I go back to our iPhone and many things, a lot of things, probably in your house or your apartment or in your life, are made in China. So why do luxury goods have to be made in Europe for them to be considered luxury? The other thing is, no, Hermes is not made in China. Hermes makes most of its product in France, with about a quarter of manufacturing occurring in other countries, including Switzerland, Italy, the UK, the US, Portugal, and Australia. Those TikTok videos were extremely misleading. What they were selling you were counterfeits. They were not selling you the same exact leather and craftsmanship that you get from an Hermes bag. Now, I don't have an Hermes bag, so I have no skin in this game. I have no skin in this game, but it is very well known that Hermes is not made in China. And again, even if it was, if they had an atelier in China with high quality craftsmen, does it matter if it was made in China or in France? I don't know. You tell me, why does that matter so much? So are these things worth it? To me, it depends on what you value, right? Is there a big markup on luxury goods? Yes, absolutely yes. More than you probably realize. Now, more so for luxury goods, much bigger markup. But you don't buy anything that already doesn't have a markup. Not to mention, if you are a middle-class person like myself that is worried about markups and prices, those luxury brands were not marketing to us to begin with. Let's be honest. They want a different clientele that can afford these things and not care about how much it costs or how much the markup is, right? But even though middle class folks like me do have luxury, it's not marketed towards us. I truly think it's about what you value in life, right? I'm no stranger to luxury goods, so I won't sit here and tell you that I'll never buy them again. But what I will tell you is that I will continue to be smart with what I buy. That LV Speedy that I got in Japan, that was specifically made for the Louis Vuitton 15th anniversary in Japan, is so special to me. And the fact that I got it in Japan and it's different and it's not something that everybody has is a very special thing in my wardrobe. And though it is most likely marked up, because everything is, I don't think that it was a waste of money for me. In contrast, those jelly sandals that are very trendy right now that cost upwards of $1,000 are not worth it to me, in my opinion. It's all about what you value. So listen, I have so many thoughts on this, but this is going to get long and the video is already long. I would love to know your thoughts. Why are things made in China automatically written off? Why are goods made in Europe automatically give it more clout? And is it true? Let me know your thoughts. Memorial Day and Memorial Day weekend bring on some of the best sales. And of course, I took time this week to look for some really good things, and hopefully you are able to find some things that you love. So here's this week's Fabulous Fashion Finds. So there are some fantabulous, fantastic and fabulous Memorial Day sales that will be happening. The first one I want to talk about really quickly is the one from COS, 30% off of not everything, but select styles. These orange pants are fantastic, even the way they styled it for the spring and the summer. This is the pop of color that you need, added with a cute little flat chef's kiss. This pink short set is perfect for work. You know, getting dressed during summer for work is just, for me, it's the worst because you want to feel comfortable and you want to look good, and it never works. But this pink suit is an option. Now, these are only the two things that I picked out, and I will leave a link in the description box, but there's so many different options, and 30% off is not a bad thing to get. There's also 30% off at Steve Madden. Have you guys seen that Steve Madden interview that's been rolling around TikTok? This guy he's interesting. I'll say that. He's interesting. He knows that he's knocking things off and he does not care, which is good for those of us who don't have all the money all the time. These are just a pair that I found that I thought were cute for the spring and summer. But again, there are tons of styles on Steve Madden. If you're looking for flats, heels, sneakers, they have it all. And 30% off is a great time to shop. And then J. Crew has up to 50% off of thousands of styles, is what they're saying. And I found a few things. I went straight for the dresses. I love a dress during the spring and summer. It's the easiest thing for me. You don't have to think about the outfit. I've said this a million times, but they have so many good things. If you are a J. Crew person and you shop mostly at J. Crew Factory, this is a good time to go to J. Crew because they have some fabulous sales. The Memorial Day sale at Schutz is 50% off. 50, and that is when my husband would say he comes in to shop. He doesn't like to shop anything less than 50%. And they have some great things. So these shoes, again, beautiful white, perfect for spring and summer. And then they have some flats. There were tons of things. I just couldn't put them all. I'll put it in the link in the description box. Go check those out. You all know, if you've been watching me for a while, that I love a clutch purse. And these two are from Mango, different colors, beautiful. I love the chocolate brown one. But this summer has really brought out more raffia. Now, don't get me wrong. Every summer and spring, raffia comes out, right? So this is not like a new trend. But because some higher end brands have made more raffia bags, it has trickled down to the high street. Not a new trend, but they will be more readily available. And I love this. I love the tassels. I love the color. This is great for spring and summer. Nordstrom is having their half yearly sale, which is, I feel like Nordstrom's always having a sale. But just the first thing that comes up are these flats. I need and love a pair of just solid pointy toe flat shoes. I don't mind a round toe ballet flat, but I much rather them be pointy toe. So these are Nordstrom brand. They are $47. It's Wallace. They're $47 and they are real leather. Needless to say, I got a pair and I'm going back for the other pair, the other color. I showed you guys this probably in the last video. This is from Brinker and Eliza, but I wanted to show you again because they have a 20 or 30% off sale. And this is a beautiful necklace and a fairly decent price. It's always nicer when you could save some money. I was tinkering on getting this, going back and forth, but now with the sale, I know for sure I will be buying this necklace. I love the statement of it. Sometimes you just need a statement necklace to throw on with a linen shirt and a pair of nice pants and you're ready to go. Banana Republic has a nice little sale. This brown dress all the way on the right I got. It's beautiful. The picture does not do it justice. It's flowy, perfect for the summer, great for vacation. If you're just going to stroll around, I would totally wear that with, again, a raffia purse and some brown sunglasses and some gold jewelry and some body oil. Absolutely stunning. So I could tell you for a fact that that dress is beautiful. I will probably show it to you in the next video, but because there's a sale going on at Banana Republic, I would definitely go check it out. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I love this product. So they don't have the sale on Sephora, but on the Hanny website itself, they have several different sales. This one says buy 4 products, get 30% off, but they also have buy 2 products and get 20% off. There's several sales on there. Go check it out. If you have used this, I call it shower lotion. You pretty much in the shower, you put it on your body and you come out moisturized. But if you've used this before, you know this is good stuff and I've been using it for years probably. Speaking of raffia bags, this one is from ASOS. It's a good price. It is oversized. This huge trend right now of these big oversized raffia bag. They have one from the Row. I believe they have one from the Row that everyone is loving right now. They have one from COS that is huge and gorgeous, but it's a little more, it costs a little more than this one. If you are in the UK, I believe it's cheaper, but here it's just more. So I'll add that one in the description box as well, but I felt that this one was just as cute and it's from ASOS. So anyway, you guys, these are a few Memorial Day sales. There are so many happening. I will link as much as I can. Let us know if there is a Memorial Day sale that we just can't miss. So anyway, you guys, this was another very full video. Let me know if you're trying anything new this year in spring and summer with your looks. Are you pretty much staying the same? Are you an accessory person? I have to rein myself in when it comes to jewelry and bags and shoes. I really do, because I'm a huge accessory person. Do you know of any Memorial Day sales that we all need to partake in that are musts? Anything that you think I absolutely need, let me know. And how do you feel about the whole discussion about luxury goods being made in China? Does it change your thoughts about luxury goods? Did you learn something new? Just let me know what you think about that whole situation. A lot of you guys know that I grew up in the church, and the pastor used to say to us, and I thought this was hilarious when I was a kid, I don't know why. He would get on the pulpit, he would greet us and tell us, "Thank you for coming in this week." And he would say, "There's no place like this place, around this place, so this must be the place. Pretty much saying that you were in the right place. He appreciates you coming, and nobody's doing it like we are doing it. So to that, I say to you, thank you for being here, because this channel is different. There's no place like this place around this place. So this has got to be the place. I appreciate you so much. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in my next video.